everybody to 2 cents, where we talk about any and everything and give our 2 cents. My voice is a little altered this morning, so I got this little lemon ginger tea to try to soften this shit. But yeah, on today's show we got Ebony. Well, fucking brain fart right there. Now, we got Ebony, Sugar Booger, and we got Mike on the show. Let me get them on. Family, what's happening?
What's up?
Ain't not much, we'll get right into it. What do we see this week? Yeah, the conversation we was just having about this LeVar Ball program he has for when kids graduate from high school, they want to play basketball, that don't want to go to college. He has it to where they'll earn he said $10,000 or something. I don't know, is it a year? Something like that. I think it was $10,000. Oh yeah, 10,000. Wow, yeah. Well, $10,000 a month, like a program for playing basketball, and help with exposure. Now, a lot of folks are having issues with LeVar in a sense, to the fact that anytime something doesn't go his way, that's when he takes action on something. And on the surface, it very well may look like such. So, but personally, I think it's a great program for the youth coming up, because there are a lot of colleges that that do make a lot of money off of these kids, and in the event that they get anything, let alone as a meal paid for them, they're that's like embezzlement and shit, or they try to twist that storyline. But I think it's and they were talking about LeVar Ball's program facing against Ice Cube's big three guys, so the veterans versus these, the youth, was basically what it would be. So I mean, I like it. I like it all around. I mean, it gives opportunity to a lot more people that that weren't there before. So definitely kudos to guys like LeVar Ball and Ice Cube for making for trying to make this thing happen. But I wanted to get you guys' thoughts on what you think of the program, overall. Yeah, you can go ahead.
I think that might be a good program. I mean, I still don't like LeVar Ball, but I mean, that may be something that's good, I don't know too much. Only what you told me about the program.
Yeah.
So, I mean, maybe it's a good thing. We'll see how it plays out, I don't know if this is like something that would be, I guess, you said they graduate high school because they want to go to college.
Yeah. It's like, instead of doing those one and dones or whatever, they go straight to there.
I don't know. I think some college should be, still at least encourage them to, go to college eventually, not just say you don't want to go to college for a machinist program. They're going to go straight to the NBA or something like that. I don't know. It's, kind of on the fence, I guess. And maybe the thing.
You can always go back to school, though. Your basketball ability. You can always go back to school, but your basketball ability will fade. I assure you. I am I am a torn ACL recovery victim. So.
But I think people mindset, the basketball is not, or sport is not the only way to go. People want to get that money fast and this and that, play a sport like basketball, football, but, encourage other things other than just the sport. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because we got a plan A, a plan B, and a plan C, shouldn't encourage kids to just do that,
Mm-hmm.
So I think it should be more than just that.
Cool. Well, Mike, what's your thoughts on it, bro?
I think it's a good thing. I mean, it gives, gives you an option. Say you don't necessarily have to go the NCAA route, where you're not getting paid and you may be on scholarship or whatever, but at the same time, you're not out here struggling for food and shit like that,
Yeah.
You can't get a job to put some money in your pocket, It's up to you what you do with it, You gotta be smart, obviously. Can't be out here acting a fool when you get paid. But I think at the same time, because he's doing this, there's gonna be a lot of negative opinion on it.
Of
because
course.
It's different.
Yeah, exactly. Everything. Everything that was that's a norm was once an abnormality in the world.
Right.
So you're gonna have that, and once you see it, a lot of people that have a hard time seeing, the forest from the trees. And this is one of those situations that, he can either be considered insane or a genius. And that's pretty much been the recipe for LeVar Ball from what I've seen from a media standpoint. It's too soon to find out whether it was dumb for him to take his kids out of UCLA, taking them to Lithuania to play basketball. But in the event that they go to Lithuania and actually, perform well, and then in the NBA actually drafts them and he gets them on the Lakers like he intends, then what? So, I mean, it gives options.
I mean, they don't necessarily, if they do good overseas or whatever, they don't right away have to go to the NBA. They can stay overseas and still make money over there.
Exactly.
So, it's all like opinion based on how people feel and stuff like that, because it's like, again, it's not the norm. The norm way is to go to college, the NCAA, and then get drafted and whatever. And because it's different, people can have their opinions, but I don't think it's fair to already assume like a negative thing, from what's going on. Because the same people that say like, oh, well, he's when he doesn't get his way, he changes everything. Do you say the same thing about the president? Because he does that too.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. Heaven forbid a black man try to do something. It was said. You can take it how you want to take it.
Right. Granted, he maybe had like, is he over the top sometimes? How he is, his personality. Yeah, a little bit. But his heart's in the right place, and he's doing for his kids. So that's something you can't not.
Is he a bad father? We don't know.
No, I don't think he is.
He's involved with his children. He does, as far as we know, he's all about, his family. He's with his wife going through, she's having strokes and shit. Been there for them. Oh, he's such a bad father. Everything he does is about his family. Yeah. Does he talk a lot? Sure he does.
I don't think it's cool to start out of college. Let the boy get his education if that's what he want to do. He can still pursue, basketball, so just go another avenue.
He went to college for basketball. That was the purpose. That's why they said that. They said, I will listen to the Breakfast Club interview that they had. They went to college for basketball, not for education. So, it was going to be a one and done.
Was that his son's choice?
It was going to be one and done. That's what it was going to be.
You can still get your education without having to go on to college.
Yeah.
You can get tutors and stuff like that. I'm pretty sure if you get paid $10,000 a month, you can.
Not only that, like a lot of folks getting on LeVar Ball about, making decisions for their kids. How many doctors have it in their mind that their kids are going to be doctors, whether they want to be or not? How many, lawyers have it that, oh, this son's going to take over the firm and all this stuff. They want to play basketball. That's it. And they made that decision on their self. They actually talked about that on the Breakfast Club interview that they had, that they, because again, Charlamagne don't give a fuck. He was going to ask this is what you want to do, or this is something your dad's making you do. Like, no, he wanted to, want to play basketball. And granted, they could say that for PR purposes that it was them, but if, I don't know. We'll find out. Again, everything comes out in the wash. We'll see how that goes. So it's like, a lot of folks preach about, going to college and stuff like that. But, college gives you structure. I will say that. But, in most cases, colleges train you to go work for somebody else's dream. You know what I'm saying? Instead of teaching you how to build your own. And that's the issue that we have in America. There's a lot of people being made to work for somebody else's dream instead of being able to build their own businesses. And we just got to get to a point where we get to the mindset where we have the business mindset to where we have ownership, especially in our community. We don't. There are black owners, but in a lot of cases, we work for somebody else that's having their own business. So it's just something that we can, strive to do is, being black owners, being owners, period, regardless of race. But that's my feel about like college. Like I would, like I told my kid, you know what I mean? I told her that, and I was like, yeah, it's great. College is definitely great for you, but I want you to think about what type of business that you would like to have for yourself, because that will generate wealth, not rich, but wealth. That's something you can pass on to, your kids, their kids, and, so forth. You know what I mean? What's
It's
it?
not even even in today's, or like it's not even a guarantee just because you do, go to college that you're not guaranteed a job right out the gate.
No.
So what you are guaranteed though, if you a scholarship is that. That's for damn sure.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, think about these folks that come out of college and get you're working until forever, and you got 30, maybe some folks. I mean, depending on what college you went to, but some folks I know, you having $30,000 or $50,000 in student loans that you have to pay back, and you're spending damn near the rest of your life to do that. So it's there are a lot of factors in this this whole thing with college. So I mean, like I said, I think it's a decent program. It goes against the grain. That's why I honestly feel that's why people have an issue with LeVar Ball, because he goes against the grain. Yeah. So so Eb wanted to get into this thing about multi-generational households, basically like having your folks live with you, or you live with your folks. Eb, I'll let you take lead on that.
So yeah, multi-generational households. So the way that this economy, especially in the U.S., is going nowadays, in other countries, they have these multi-generational households. Whether you're in the same house together or you're in an area of close proximity to your family, say like, I use an example, I guess the Jacksons, I guess they have like a family compound or something like that, where they live in one area together, a couple of houses here and there in the same spot or something like that. So I'm thinking like, the way things is going, they're coming out with this tax law, all this other stuff, it's so many changes. It's pretty much the rich and the poor, right? Or not the rich and the poor, but you know what I mean. Everything is for the rich nowadays. So with people not being able to afford a lot of things, I think it would make a lot of sense to start doing that, having a multi-generational household to help each other out. I understand not everybody, you don't want to do it with everybody though, but I think we should start going to that. I think it makes a lot more sense this day and time to start going back to that. And, I'm sure it has its pros and its cons. Its pros could be, you have sick parents. Why would you have them living in a home? They're always sick. They can't work, and they're struggling to pay their bills. Well, just have them come live with you. You guys can help each other out, that type of thing. Or, say, for example, you're living together and someone lost their job. Well, you're living in a household with someone already. People are already helping out. You don't have to worry about your next meal or where your kids are going to sleep, because you got family. And I'm not, you have family. Now, I'm not saying let the crackhead uncle stay with you, because that might not be a great idea. But, I think we should go back to that. It makes a lot more sense these days. Houses and property taxes are expensive. You think about it, you do all this stuff, you stack your money up to the point where you can get out there and get on your own and take care of yourself again. I think it would benefit us a lot if we just start trying to go back to that. You got somebody in your family that or it could be even a friend, somebody is struggling, why sit there and watch them struggle when you can actually, say, hey, come stay with me for a while, you still got your little job, just give me what you can or whatever, we'll make it work together. I need help keeping somebody to watch the kids. You need help. We can, make this work. That sort of thing. You got someone to take care of the elderly. They're staying here, you got these, I'm not saying, living permanent with 20 people. But, I think something like that can happen. Y'all put in together, buy a house or something, live together for a while, stack your money, everybody stack their money up or whatever, and then you go do it again.
Well, I don't know about you. I don't know about your family, but they're not living with me. Yep, they're not having, ain't nobody living with me. Yeah, I like space. I like space. That's just me personally. But like I like my space. As far as like the whole in-laws thing, like having in-laws live with you, I'm damn sure not about that. Most folks don't even like their in-laws, to be honest. But yeah, I won't say most. I'll say some. Some folks don't care too much for their in-laws. Let alone have them live with them. Is it resourceful? Yeah, there's ups. Yeah, there's like I said, there's pros. There's pros to it. A lot of pros to it. Um, as for me, like now I want you to put yourself in the mind of like the uh the dad that was never there, or like the mom that was constantly at the, I would say, at the club or something like that, and you say, why would you put her in a home? A lot of things, it depends. Depends on the person, the personalities and what they're willing to put aside, but it does have an profound effect on how you view people. You know what I mean? As far as like, okay, did she look out? Do you feel like she looked out for me when I was coming up? You know what I mean? Like folks that come from broken homes, and yeah, the crack. I mean, and if anything, like you said, the crackhead uncle. That's the person that needs the help the most, wouldn't you say? So, again, it's a risk, but why not have
Yeah.
him living with you? You might want to seclude him to like only like the bathroom or some shit, but that's it. You just got restrictions. He just like be that crazy ass uncle on soul food that opened the door for his food and shut that shit back. That's I mean that's how I see it. I definitely see how the upside of it, but I also know the various personalities. You know what I mean? Like at least everyone's family is different. If you want to judge how I guess a glimpse of how that would be is look at your family functions and what happens during family functions. Even at this point in time, folks have got their own lives and then they come together. You're there for like maybe all of 3 to 4 days. Now, looking back at the different trips that you've had with family, how many times did you guys quarrel? And now just imagine that you guys are all in close proximity for however long. Now that's what you got to deal with on a daily basis. You know what I mean? So it's a risk. Yeah, it definitely helps save some money. Um, like again, I guess it's different. It's different. For instance, with the even with us, Eb, like the three of us in the house, yeah, it was great. I definitely do miss me, you, and Jeff. The way we used to be. Again, we're in our early mid 20s. Back then when we all lived together. Now I'm at the point where it's like, yeah, you like your. I mean, again, at least a person like me, where you guys have obviously been together, for an extended amount of time. For me, I've been living pretty much by myself. I mean, yeah, for like maybe all of a year. I had a lady I was seeing and her kid living with me, but for the most part, it's been just me by myself. So you just get used to certain things. But I mean, I see the upside at it. But yeah, Mike, what's your thoughts on the multi generational household?
I think that I look at it from I guess one way you could look at it is kind of look outside of just like say our community and look at other communities and see exactly like how it affects them. So if you look at, let's take the Japanese for instance, on how they structure, say they have generations in their household, and then they don't marry until they deem everything's pretty much good, like the person you marry and stuff like that. It's got good head and shoulders, all that other stuff. But for the most part, they kind of like stay, fit all in the same house. Same thing like wherever, so they kind of keep everything together. They don't really, go outside of not say go outside, but they're not really independent like that. You know, they kind of keep everything intact. Now with us, I mean, more independence is good, but the way things are shaping up now, we kind of have mindset. We kind of have to, but it would benefit us to do that, especially, you know what I'm saying, like we should say with taxes and stuff like going up, things being put in effect, and it's kind of targeting the poor. So we kind of look out for one another. It would benefit us to do that. I get now as you get older, if you want to branch out, you know what I'm saying, to have your own space, that's cool. But I think for the most part, especially for the youth right now, it would be kind of good to do that. That way you kind of have like the older heads kind of giving oversight, you know what I'm saying, on exactly how to keep structure, you know what I'm saying, within the family, stuff like that. But at the same time, just because those older heads are in the household does not mean that you push your kids and your responsibilities on them.
Right.
So they should be raising grandkids, you know what I'm saying? That nah.
You can still branch out when you do it. I mean, it's not doing it for, you know, the rest of your life. That doesn't mean to where when you're ready to branch out, you're good to go. You're set, you know?
Right.
You know,
I'm so I'm good.
it's the structure. I mean, yeah, it's all about structure. I've seen, you know, grandma raise, or you know, her you know, her kids and shit like that. You know, so me personally, I don't feel like it's fair to to a grandmother to do so when she should be out. Yeah, you know, she should be out basically on like cruises and shit. You know what I'm saying? Enjoying her retirement, but she's still raising her own kid to it. That's an issue I have. But again, that's a choice that was made. You know, she did for the benefit of the well-being of these kids. But the cycle's never broken. Everyone's still gonna rely on that main source. You know what I mean, for you know, for like I would say for protection and just how to carry on with life. And I don't know, maybe something like that. Personally, I stand on my own 2 feet. When you're told you know, all the time growing up that you know, that you owe somebody some shit. By the time you become an adult, you don't want to owe anybody anything because you get tired of being, well, at least for me, I got tired of being told, you know what I mean, oh, I owe you this much money or something like that. I'm a fucking kid. Where the fuck am I gonna get money from? You know, so this is just my, maybe this is not just my childhood. You know what I'm saying? Being constantly reminded of you owe somebody money and shit like that. So that kind of made me like, all right, okay, apparently, I'm viewed as irresponsible when technically I'm just a kid. I really don't know how to manage money because I haven't been taught. So, but this is you know. So I made a conscious decision when I went to the military that I wouldn't ask for money from anyone. So it's just one of those things. You know, I'm stubborn. I'm hot-headed. All that. Yeah. So.
Military, there's people that don't know how to do stuff like. Just simple stuff. And it's like, man, what do y'all, maybe y'all have the structure, don't even know how to wash meals. It's like, seriously?
Yeah.
It's 46. You know, that sort of thing. I think you have to family structure like that, being close by. You learn things that, you know, maybe you didn't learn from your parents, but you learn from someone else, you know, in the family or whatever, being that close.
Like
family structure is a multi-generational household.
Like to live on your own and not know how to cook. You know what I mean? I don't have nothing against anybody that doesn't know how to cook, but my thing is, I stand by this statement. If you can read, you can cook, because you can just follow directions. It's like a job. You know what I mean? Like when you get to a job, like you get an instruction manual roughly of how things go from a basic standpoint. Now, them little tricks that you learn along the way, that's what you add to it. That's basically what cooking is. You read a basic recipe, and you be like, you know what? This shit would taste good with this. And before you know it, you know, you've altered what the basic is, and it come out, you know what I'm saying? Like, you're not going to, and everything you make is not going to come out great. You know, it's just like, it's trial and error with that. So just having just putting forth the effort. You know, being able to stand on your own 2 feet. You know, That's how I see it. Story out of DC I saw this morning actually. The 17-year-old kid, mom buys him the newest pair of Jordans. I imagine it's those blood red ones that recently came out. Why me personally? Why are we walking around with the same damn shoes on, everybody? I don't know. But then again, it's contradicting for me to say that because I wear Converse. So like people wear, my thing is like you got folks actually killing for shoes, and it's sad, man. This kid was 17 years old, played football, played high school football, and they jacked him for his shoes, and it's not the I would say it's not to get on them for like from the community where they come from, but living in certain areas, like when you wear nice shit like that, there's like a target on your back. You know what I'm saying? And it sucks. It shouldn't be that way. Like your mom worked very hard for her kid to wear these pairs of shoes, but he's no longer here on the strength of just some fucking Jordans. You know what I mean? Like I don't know. There's more to life than that. You know what I'm saying? It's not that damn deep, dog. For you to kill for Jordans. Like it's a pair of shoes. That's it. Just a pair of fucking shoes with a high price brand name on it. You know what I mean? Like wearing Jordan shoes does not make you jump higher. It nothing. It doesn't increase your credit score or nothing. You just look nice in them. And again, those that earn the money to be able to buy those, man, kudos to you. But literally, a child was taken from this earth on the strength of just a pair of shoes that are like roughly hard to afford in most, I would say, in our society. And most houses, they're unable to really afford such shoes. I'll be honest, me personally, I had maybe one or two pair of Jordans in my house. Growing up, because mom wasn't about. They weren't about to be no fucking Jordan shoes. They didn't have Jordan shoes themselves, so they definitely weren't gonna get them. Like for me, I might have asked for them, but I've never been like just crazy. Like I gotta have these things, and and the only reason we wanted it was to look like everybody else, around the school. I guess that made you cool or some shit by wearing that. But looking back, I'm very fortunate that I didn't get such thing. But Mike, man, I mean, tell me what's going on about this this kid DC being shot over the shoes.
Man, I think it's I was actually talking about it the other day with a group that I started, just talking about social topics and stuff like that. But I think it's because it's more so a status thing. I think it's more so a status thing. It's also more so with the youth. That if you're not or honestly, I can't even say with the youth because older heads are doing it too. If they're promoting like, hey, if you don't have Jordans, saying like, oh, okay, then you really, say you're not out there, you're not with the in crowd, saying you're not popular or socially accepted, So it's frowned upon. So then someone that, that wants to fit in, like, oh yeah, let me get these J's, and then, say they go to their mom, blah, 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 dad, like, oh, I want these, like, yeah, because everybody else has got them. And then they go get them, right? So then they get them, then there's somebody else that maybe can't afford them, or is just hating on that, individual, like, oh, he got the new J's? Like, I ain't got them yet, let me get them. So then, bam, kid gets killed over it, right? But yet, we don't really make a big deal about it. I don't think we don't talk about it as much as we should. And again, at the end of the day, they are just shoes, but we gotta stop adding the extra value to these shoes, these particular shoes, you know what I mean? Like, we have to kind of spread that message like, yo, look, they're shoes, you can run just as fast in these shoes as you can in some fucking Shaqs, Like, it's all gonna be the same thing, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, Shaq, that's what his thing was. His mom, I think, him and his mom had a conversation. and it was talking about the pair of shoes, and like the guys that come from where he come from wasn't able to sell them, so he made it to where like his shoes are sold at Walmart to where they can be afforded. You know what I mean? But who's gonna say that they got shoes from Walmart? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because it's this notion again. It's that notion. Yeah, exactly. You know, nobody's. You know, what's so fun. You know what's the. I would say that's so opposite about that notion is like nobody's going out trying to get the high brand fashion for groceries. Because I tell you what, motherfuckers will do anything they can to get a deal on groceries. They're not like, no, it's like, I want the high end. No, I want that expensive Pepsi. I want that Pepsi Platinum or some shit like that. Fuck that. You know, there's some folks in their house that got that fucking Dr. Thunder, Mountain Lightning, you know, all the Walmart brands or whatever. And I don't know. Yeah, something definitely must be done. There's a stigma placed on our community for that intentionally. And don't get me wrong. Now there are folks that are able to afford such shoes. You know what I'm saying? Like again, their families come from money, so it's not looked at the same. But again, you have those that, like you said, the status thing where you come from something that doesn't really have much, so you get a pair of $220 shoes, you know, and okay, now it makes you feel good about yourself, I guess. Still, yeah, but yeah, the people, people do, you know, people will stare, people will definitely be envious of you wearing such gear, but you at what cost though? You know what I'm saying? Like this kid had a lot of life to live. You know what I'm saying? Didn't get to see, you know, no parent should be burying their kid.
Nope.
No, you know what I'm saying? That's just something for some of us to all, you know, think about. What else? So apparently, this guy, I guess he's big. He was a YouTube star in Mexico. I don't know his name, but he was apparently he made a statement about El Chapo, and he was slayed for it. This shit is not a game, bro. This shit is not a game. You know what I mean? Like even me right now talking about this shit is I'm very careful and selective with the words because you know that shit's not to be played. Do you know where you live? You live in Mexico, man. You live in Mexico, bro. Like be cool. Like yeah, you got to be cool on shit like that, man. And again, 15 years old. They could care less how old this kid was. 15 years old. He's gone. You know what I'm saying? Like it's he's 15 years old, and the kid is no longer with us. You know what I'm saying? Like, and really, what is there? And I think the way the thing is structured there, like, what can you do? You know, is anybody going to be arrested over this thing? No, because of how the structure is, you know, down there. But he popped off at the mouth, man. You have to watch. You definitely got to watch what you say and be able to stand by what you say when you say it, because some people will come see you, man. They will come see you.
That's a problem though. Shit, nowadays anyway, everybody want to be, you know what I'm saying, pop off at their mouth. You know what I'm saying? They feel like they got distance and shit that nobody can come see at your front door.
Internet courage, man.
They safe behind the keyboard and shit.
That internet.
Ain't the case all the time. You don't know who you're talking to. You know what I'm saying? Like just because you think, you know what I'm saying, oh, I'm gonna say this and get away with it. You think you are, but you don't know who that is. You know what I'm saying? You mess with the other side of that.
Internet courage, my friend. Internet courage. I'm telling you, a lot of folks feel like they can say whatever they want to say, especially like with this whole, what's this, Meghan Markle chick that's gonna marry the prince or whatever.
Oh yeah.
The shit that they gotta say talking about her. I'm like, oh, there's gonna be a nigger in the castle. You know, shit like that, like on a tweet, like real shit. Like that's how you feel. The niggas going to the castle. All right.
Oh, is she black?
Yeah,
Or she's mixed now?
she's half. Oh yeah, she's black. She's you have black once you taint it. Once you add black to the white paint, yeah, it's black. Yeah, that's what it is. So
Okay.
yeah, she so she's black. A black woman's going to the castle. So for those that feel like the niggas going to the castle, guess what? The niggas going to the castle. Regardless how you feel about it, that's who we chose. That's who we gonna be with. And yeah, the jokes come about they're gonna have like nigga kids. Yep, gonna have them, and there ain't shit you can do about it. So deal with that. I don't know. It's the level of ignorance gets high. So social media highlights the level of ignorance that we have in the world, not just here in America, but it's in the world, and how people really feel. They say a lot of shit behind that. Like when we had that with the issues in UVA, and they had the what was it the rally or whatever, and these folks were losing their jobs based off of shit they were saying on social media. Be ignorant all you want. Is it worth it to you? That's the question. We're all just here just trying to make it, man. That's it. All we want to do is you just want to. Everybody got the same mentality. Make something of yourself. Be able, be proud of yourself, and take care of your family. That's all we want. That's really all you want to do. You know what I mean? Everything else, it can be considered, like distractions. But I don't know, man. I don't really feel like that. Everybody just got to be cool on social media. Social media is like a teenager right now. I would say that. I would say social, like being the internet. Yeah. The internet is like a young adult, but like social media, Facebook. Again, like remember the days of MySpace, now we have Facebook, Twitter, and Snapchat. They're teenagers, and that's exactly how these motherfuckers carry themselves on this shit. Like, I was on WorldStar this morning, and I don't know what the fuck this thing is, like when you catch your man cheating, that you record this shit and post it online. What are you getting out of this shit? What, you want to embarrass him and yourself? Because that's what you're doing. You're a part of it too. You're making you look bad. You know what I mean? Like, it's a unit. You guys are in a relationship. That's what that is. So everybody's gonna see it, and then they'll look at you like you look like a fucking fool. And okay, you think he's the first guy to get caught fucking around on his woman? He's not. I mean, they got him begging and shit. That's funny. And you got this guy begging her on fucking camera. I'm about to beg you. Fuck all that, man. What's done is done. I fucked up. That's what it is. And either you wanna work at it, or you need to leave it be. You probably need to leave it be. You don't need to be with somebody that wants to treat you like that anyway. But you're stubborn and you want what you want. So you record to embarrass them. You definitely ruled out the idea of you guys getting back together. That's what the fuck you've done, right there. But I don't know. Let's see. Eb, what do you make of our social media bandit?
Social media, man, I don't know. You use social media too damn much. I don't know what to think of it anymore. I really don't. Nothing surprises me nowadays on social media. But it really doesn't.
Yeah.
Nothing does.
It's oh well. It's such is life, right? What the fuck is that thing in the sky in California?
What that was a hot air balloon, bro.
That's what that is?
It's a hot air, it's a weather balloon that exploded, and what you saw was another hot air balloon split off from that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's what that was.
All right.
I don't want to put that out there, but that's what that was.
Good.
I don't want to scare everybody. You know what I'm saying? I want to, let y'all know. This is exclusive. This information out there. Yeah.
It's freaking. Yeah, I mean, I'm talking about all these celebrities like on Instagram. Like George Lopez had it up there. Anthony Anderson. What's the Mexican rap chick? I forget her name, man. Damn, she bad too. But yeah, she had it up there. So that's fun. Yeah, it's not the first time that's happened though, where it had a weather balloon and again, like I said, it explodes or whatever, and like people are like, what the fuck is that? And in the sky, but. I don't know. Is there another life form out there? And if there is, I don't know why the fuck they would come here. That's for sure. I'm pretty sure that they carry themselves a little bit better on their planet. Please,
That's what they're doing, man. If they come here, it's to experiment.
Yeah. Well, we need to get in a damn ship, do some Howard the Duck shit, and fly to their planet and see how things are going. I don't know, man. This, I think it was like I saw in an article that Kendrick Lamar said he was abducted by aliens at 6. And this is nothing against Compton by any means, but the aliens came to Compton. Is that what I'm to understand? Hey, whatever. To each his own. And that's not putting down Compton and saying like, well, who the fuck would want to come to Compton? But you definitely have built a reputation over the years that it's not the safest place to be. And if you don't know anyone, based off of gang related things, but that's about as much as I can really attest to about that. That's the portrayal that that Compton has had in the media, but it's I don't know. I don't. I wouldn't be surprised that that if aliens are real. Personally.
My thing is, even if it is an alien, what the fuck we gonna do about it?
Yeah.
You can't. Nothing.
I'm not able to stop. Look, we're not able to stop the police. I don't. Yeah, exactly.
Right.
We're fucked all around. Pretty
Right.
much.
Ain't ready.
Yeah, you can. Yeah, whatever the aliens are gonna do, they're gonna do. Take us to your leader. Whatever you want answers, take Trump. That's what you can do. He'll tell you everything.
No.
Trump will tell you everything and look at you like you ain't shit.
We just gotta get Will Smith off in the spacecraft. You know what I'm saying? Get him. Oh boy, that was on Mars Attacks. Man, we need to get these people together. Form a strategy.
They Omarosa too. She need to go somewhere.
Yep, take her ass. She can go. Stacey Dash can go right along with her. We can pick up Stacey Dash, pick up Omarosa, Trump, and all of them. Take them to the leader and let them just have a conversation.
I'm waiting on them already. We're like, we can wait for y'all, man. Where y'all sitting?
So we not sending Will, or we gonna keep him here?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
Actually, you know what? No, we can't send him because he died technically. So yeah.
Yeah, and I didn't see the new one, but yeah, that's apparently he died in that one.
He died in a test flight, man.
Oh, did they even show? Do they show him dying?
No, they don't even show him. They just got a picture of him, and that's it.
He got paid because they got a picture of him, so he had to get paid.
But in the new one, I don't mean to spoil it for you, but
I care
they
less.
fucked around and shot an alien life form that was actually trying to help us out.
That's not
They shot this shit down because the government got all panicky and shit. It was like, oh, we don't know what it is. Shoot that shit down, and then and the actual threat came behind it. So
that's America 101. That's American government 101.
We'll come in with open arms so we can send all the bad people back with them.
This is like with Transformers. How the hell you gonna go against the Transformers and then say they're, man, I can't do it.
Yeah. Storylines. American government 101. White supremacy. However you want to call it.
We'll send them with open arms.
We'll
Like
see.
anything else.
I don't know.
Yeah. These aliens can show me, you know what I'm saying, how to keep my youth from good. Get these joints back together.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't know much. I don't know much about this Bitcoin shit, but what I understand, that shit is plummeting like bad. You know what I mean? Like for those that have been investing in this shit, I understand that it's plummeting according to the recent news coverage. That Bitcoin is plummeting. So
Yeah, that's crazy.
yeah,
It's not. Now when you think about it, because they
that
first started off, I think they were saying it's kind of like the whole currency thing, right? So I don't know if y'all know about like blockchain or anything like that. But it's basically it's quicker way of means of transactioning or having transactions through what you would with like a bank or something like that. You know what I'm saying? So it's kind of like, I'm not gonna say it's instant, but it kind of is to a certain extent. But the bad thing about it is once it's done, it's done. You can't reverse it. You can't decline it, nothing like that. And then you can't really track it. So what they were trying to say recently, South Korea got hacked and they lost 70, I think it was 700 million or 70 million. I want to go with 70 million. $70 million. You know what I'm saying? And they're not going to be able to find out who got that shit back. They're trying to link it to North Korea, and they're trying to say that North Korea is actually using cryptocurrencies to fund their endeavors because of the whole sanction and shit that's going on with them right now.
Cryptocurrency.
Right.
Yeah.
And there's so many out there, so many of them out there now that starting to form. So who knows? At the end of the day, Americans could be funding North Korea.
Yeah.
And you would never know, or Russia for that matter. So
I don't know. I'm not educated enough on Bitcoin to even make a statement. All I know, I did see that link that was on World Star, and I sent that to Ebony. About them saying that something has been the worst since like 2013 or something about it plummeting. I'm like, oh, okay, because I know a lot of people have been talking about this Bitcoin thing, and it would suck for everyone's investment to to go down as such. But it is that's a risk. That's a risk you take. Being involved in stuff like that. What's going to be your rant for today?
Oh, I think I did it last week. Was it the New Year, New Me? Did I do that one last week?
I don't remember. Well, you can do it again. New Year, New Me.
I'm gonna do it again because some people just God. I know the New Year's is coming up, but shut the fuck up about the New Year's, New Me. You're still the same car, same house, same everything, same wigs on your head, same weed. I mean, ain't nothing gonna be new besides the year. So shut up about it. Everybody always talk about how they gonna change, and they don't. Just shut up. If you gonna get through it, but you ain't gotta talk about it because we don't give a damn.
Well, 2018 gonna be my year. That's the cliche line right there. 2018 is my year.
You've been saying that since 2000.
Yeah.
It's gonna be my year. I know it. Lord, I know it. Oh, shut up.
Nothing changed. Truth is, the truth is nothing changes unless we do. That's what it is.
Okay, that's the ring, which is the increase.
Oh.
The only thing that changes, your bills.
Yeah, it's like, you know what I'm saying, with like in Notorious, that whole thing that Puff says to Big's character, and at least for the movie, we don't know how Big Puff Daddy really said this shit. Diddy, Brother Love, whatever fuck name he uses right now, when he says we can't change the world unless we change ourselves, and that's how it goes. Mike, you got anything you want to add before we close up, bro? Listen to Jeezy. Listen to Jeezy album. That's what the fuck I gotta add. Listen to Jeezy album.
Yeah.
That valet interlude is my shit.
I do. That's not a rant. More so like a plug.
Problem.
If y'all have not heard that Joyner Lucas, what's the song? That DNA version he did?
Yeah.
On Kendrick's beat?
Oh shit! I just remembered. Dedication.
That shit out.
The Dedication 6 comes out Christmas Day. Wayne, they got you got snippets right now. He rapped over. I know he rapped over Jay's story of OJ shit.
Oh man, I don't know if he should have touched that.
Well, we'll see. I mean, I don't know. I mean, Wayne is very, very talented, but it's everything is status. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't necessarily give a fuck about talent because hell, Rakim is talented, but if Rakim comes out with an album right now, ain't nobody gonna buy that shit. For instance, Eminem is untouchable, but ain't nobody gonna be playing Revival like, you know what I'm saying? Like just all the time, like you did with the Marshall Mathers LP, because he's evolved personally. That's what I was talking to Jeff about that shit. Like the album itself is not. It's not bad. It's not a bad album. It's just not what people want to see every year from Eminem. You know what I'm saying? Like when you see him in these ciphers and he just kills shit. You're not getting that with his albums. I feel like these albums are designed for Eminem to make money. You know what I mean? Like I imagine these songs will be used for like movies and shit. Like there'll be a trailer with like his song on it, or like a sports highlight with his song playing on it, or something dealing with with America that can be played. But other than that, you know what I'm saying? It's like as far as like the hardcore hip hop fan, you're not going to get that from Eminem probably anymore. You might have to get him like when he's featured on somebody else's shit. But
he's more so reaching out to his fans he ain't got already, pretty much. I mean, his core fans gonna be there, so
yeah. I mean and again, I fuck with it. Like I don't know if I listen to Revival more than once, like the entire album. I might listen to a couple tracks and shit. Like there's a couple on there that I like, but it's not gonna be like it wouldn't make it an 8-track. If I had an 8-track player, it wouldn't make it an 8-track because I'm not listening to the whole album. But Jeezy shit go hard, man. I like the shit with T Grizzly, Cold Summer. Yeah, the Valet interlude. That shit with Diddy on is dope. The shit with Ross, Kendrick, and J. Cole, American Dream. That was dope. But
I wish Kendrick did a little more in that.
Yeah.
It's cool, man. But
Yeah. Cole ripped that shit, man. He did, and looking forward to J. Cole's next project, whenever that'll be. But I think that's pretty much all I got. Of course, always tune in to the 2 Cents on the YouTube channel. Follow us on social media, Instagram, Twitter, Snapchat. I'm thinking about getting rid of that fucking Snapchat shit because that's like I basically have to give you I don't know, just me doing random shit, and I think I'm just make that a personal account. So I think the Snapchat is leaving. Yeah, I'm probably get rid of that shit, but like Twitter and the Facebook page, definitely check that out. Tell a friend to tell a friend. More content coming in 2018. 2018 is our year, ain't that right, Ebony? Yeah. But no, from Romy Mag, Mike, and Sugar Booger, we out.